When you take a look at selling your business, one of the things to think about is how good is the deal and how prepared are you, because that's going to make a difference on your grade structure. So when you're taking a look, how do you grade how well your deal is put together and what your options are and how to get that A+ deal on the max multiple? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan coming to you live from Tahiti on a perfect day to talk about business growth, business selling, and a grade scale, and a fantastic day to talk about you. So let me start by saying I'orona. All right, so grading your business on a scale of A+ through D works like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your Titan's thesis, your seller's thesis, but on steroids. And what that's gonna look like is you are going to build out all the information that you believe is going to be asked for when you're doing a deal. So some of this is gonna go in a data room, some of this is going to go in a book, but prior to you selling 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, you're doing research and you're maintaining information. You're looking at multiples of where your industry is. You're looking at if the industry's growing or if it's shrinking. You're looking to see like, hey, I want to get the perfect timing. So part of this is going to come down to timing on your part. It's not just going to all be about, you know, any part of the structure of the deal is going to be like, hey, did we get in the time zone that we needed to? Okay. And so when you're taking a look, you're keeping track. Now in this, you're going to have your standard operating procedures, your org charts, your job descriptions, your quality of earnings reports. You're going to have clean financials, and that should happen with quality of earnings, but just to validate clean financials. And then what you're going to do is you are going to build out a presentation as if you are going to present your company to a buyer. And if you can go through and you can check off all the top items, and you have done opposition research on your competition, and you know where you stack up in the market, you've got net promoter scores, you've got employee promoter scores, you understand your referral process, you understand your recurring revenue process. All these things are going towards an A+ deal. And then as we start taking some of these elements away and you don't have them, or they're not in place, or you didn't consider doing them, then we start chipping away. And an A deal might be missing a few of these. And so on a scale of multiples, let's give you a standard number. If your industry expects a 6 to 10, on an A+ deal, you could get 12, 13, 14, 15, sometimes 16, 17. It depends upon the buyer and what they're really looking for. I can't make a guarantee, okay? If you've got an A deal where it seems like everything is where it should be, and you've got a good company, you could get an A, and that's gonna be somewhere around a 10. A B is, there's items missing. You're struggling with a few things. You've got some profitability issues. 80%, 8. You're getting an 8 multiple. And then we just start chipping away. Like a D stands for don't do it, means you're not prepared. Like there's times where people reach out and they say, hey, I want to sell my business. And I say, okay, we're going to have some questions. We're going to do a diagnostic. We're going to go through a few things, and hands down, they're not ready to go. And so I have to tell them, you're not ready to do this, because if we grade this from an A+ to a D, you're going to get a D. You're going to get 50%. D stands for don't do it. It's not worth it for you at this point. So if you go through and you take a look, or if you reach out to buyers in your industry, strategic buyers, private equity, investment groups, and say, hey, what is it that you look for in an A+ deal? Like if I wanted the maximum multiple, what would need to be true? And 9 out of 10 of the industries will tell you. Occasionally you get somebody who's like, I'm not telling you that. Okay, well then I guess we won't do business. It's okay. Like there are some people who are persnickety. Persnickety is the word of the day. There are some people who are persnickety when it comes to how they do deals and what they're willing to divulge and what they're not willing to divulge. What you need to know is if you are shooting for that A+ deal, that starts 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years out, not the day of the sale. You want to give yourself enough runway. You want to give yourself enough ramp. You want to give yourself enough ability to say, hey, here's how I'm going to get this deal and here's what I'm shooting for. And then when you have your seller's thesis and you're having these conversations, you can judge and grade like, okay, well, what meets my criteria for the seller? Like, do I have a seller's criteria? That's your Titan's thesis. That's a reason why you build this out and say, here's what my expectations are. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I'm trying to achieve. There you go. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here. Just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.